We're back with another question. I hope you're enjoying this end of the year sort of focus and reflection. And the reason for all of this is to sort of get you thinking so you can build next year in the way that you want to build it. Reflective practices are really about that, about seeing where you were and then using that to decide where you want to go. I think that a lot of people don't have any reflective practices that they do. It's like not built into our daily life. It's not really built into our work. You might do after a project, you might do, what worked, what didn't, but you're not doing that on a daily basis. And I just find that there's some value in reflecting to allow us to gain insight. And so that's why I'm doing this. And also I think it's kind of fun to put it in this capsule of these videos, and then year to year as I do them, I might, learn something even more. So I hope you're doing it too, because I think it's fun. It's fun to hear. I'm loving reading yours in the comments too. It's great. So today's question, let's see, is what did you learn about the world this year? Oh gosh. Okay. Wow. What did I learn? Oh. What did we learn about the world this year? Oh, yeah. So, on a positive note, I actually believe in the idea that we are actually much better off than we've ever been ever. So it's really much more positive than what we get lost in. The changes in society are better for people. The changes in science are better for people. The changes in technology are better for people. The things that we can do for healthcare are better for people. I mean, really have made such leaps and bounds. And so the world is in a much better place than I think we get lost in the day to day. And I think that I think we're getting lost in opinions, and we're getting lost in media headlines. And I'm not really sure that that's good for us. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be aware of what's happening. We should. We can learn a lot. We can learn a lot about what's happening from other places in the world and from, again, reflective practices, actually, reflecting on what's happening. What I don't think is working is I don't think this thing right here that I'm filming on, I'm not sure this is good for us. And what I mean by that in a world sense is I'm not sure we're supposed to receive as much information from all over the world all the time, day and night. I'm just not sure that our minds, our bodies, our spirits are meant to receive that much information because we don't really have a way of processing it. And mostly what we're receiving is actually opinion. It's not even fact. It might look like fact. It can be positioned as fact, but it's not really fact. It's just someone's opinion. And it's a whole lot of opinions. Think about it as like a house party, and you invite 30 people over, and they're all shouting their opinions about everything, every subject on the planet, from should you have Cool Whip-based salads in the salad or in the dessert, to world events, to things in healthcare, to the environment. I mean, there are so many opinions about so many things. And the truth of it is, none of us are probably experts in any of those fields, except maybe deciding if Cool Whip is a dessert or a salad. Like, that might be something you and I could decide on. But very few of us have expertise in all of the things that happen in the world. And yet we all seem to have an opinion. And so one of the things I am practicing is saying, I don't know, or I don't think I've formed an opinion about that, or I don't have an opinion about that. And that's a very awkward statement for me. I am, if you know anything about the Enneagram, I'm an Enneagram 8. So knowing is one of my things, and being right is often one of my things as well. But I'm realizing that that doesn't actually move the conversation forward. And it's much better that when I don't have an opinion, or I don't really know all the things, to say I don't actually know all the things. A long time ago, when I first started working in corporate America, I worked for a large engineering firm in San Francisco, and I was part of the proposal team for government projects. And we did some amazing projects. Like, if you see the sunflowers of Ukraine, that was a project that we did to extract the radiation from the ground. They used fields of sunflowers to extract all of the radiation, which is an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. We also did terrible projects. I'm not going to lie. It's an engineering firm. There are some things that were really terrible. But what I learned there was, I asked the president of the company, do you support both parties? In America, we have basically two parties. And I said, do you support both of those parties? And he said, oh yeah, because our bread is buttered on both sides. And it was a real revelation to me of like, oh, there's so much I don't know. There's so much I don't know about how things are done, what's really happening. Yeah, it just was, like, oh, okay, yes, you do. I get it. And then even in my work now, I work, I'm a downtown coordinator for economic development in my downtown district and community development. And I will say that people have a ton of opinions about how the city should be run or how the city should be managed, but honestly, they don't probably understand the depth of the projects or the depth of the problems. They might know pieces or bits or surface level, and yet they have an opinion, even though they don't know the full extent. And I've come in that's part of why I've come to this, where I feel like I can say, I don't really know enough, or I'm not an expert in that, or yeah, I don't know. So all of this to say, this is very long-winded to say, maybe we're taking in too much information. Maybe we don't need to have an opinion about everything. And maybe the world is in a better place than we think it is. I have to remain hopeful. It's just part of my makeup and part of who I am. And I have to remain hopeful that humankind will do the right thing. It's why I can't read science fiction usually, because it is always dystopian and we never do the right thing. And I just want to hope that we do, I guess. And so, yeah, what did you learn about the world? I mean, I could go on and on about some scary things I learned, but also I don't know enough about those either. So, yeah, I'm curious. What did you learn either about the world that you live in, the small world, or the big world? I'm curious. And what did you learn? And yeah, let's talk about it. It's a safe place here. It's fine. We're all gonna have the same learnings, and I think we have to get comfortable with that as well. So anyway, gosh, deep question for today. That hopefully tomorrow is a little less, but who knows? This is what it is when you do self-reflection. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow, and hopefully this cold will go away. It has not yet, but hopefully it will. And yeah, let's keep asking questions and maybe start getting comfortable with saying, I don't know. Yeah. See you tomorrow.